This is the 2023 Honda Grom, or better known as the MSX 125 in Europe and Eastern Asia. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm not as cool as Doug DeMuro, and I obviously cannot do reviews nearly as well as him. And this isn't a review channel, so there's definitely no way that I could live up to his hype. Although this isn't a review channel, we are going to be reviewing the 2023 Honda Grom today. Whether you're subscribed, not subscribed, you clicked on this video because you're interested in seeing the 2023 Honda Grom and what it has to offer. I've had this bike for the past month or so, and up until now, I feel like I can give you guys a couple pointers and a couple things that I've enjoyed and disliked so far in this Honda Grom. And hopefully by the end of the video, you'll know whether you want to buy it or whether you want to try it out for yourself. Now, she is a little dirty, you guys. Excuse me for that. I just drove her here, and here in Utah, it is currently melting all of the snow. It is very warm today, so as you can tell, the roads are wet, the bike is dirty. This is my helmet, you guys. If you guys haven't seen it before, if you guys haven't watched the videos, I did just get a new visor that's all blacked out. I love the helmet, you guys. It's beautiful, it helps me with the sun, but that's not what this video is about. If you guys are currently not subscribed and want to see more content on this Honda Grom, please smash that subscribe button, like the video, let's get right into it. Right off the bat, this is a bone stock 2023 Honda Grom. Nothing has been changed to her, nothing has been done except for an oil change. I haven't changed any of the coloring, any of the markers, I haven't done a fender delete, I haven't even changed the mirrors, for heaven's sake. Everything is bone stock. The most I've done, like I said, is an oil change, and I've cleaned the bike. So this will be a lot more comprehensive, in-depth review of the stock Grom. Right off the bat, let's turn her on and get a view of the display here. There she is, you guys. She's got 447 miles on her, currently in neutral, currently gas tank is full. She rev lines at about 8,500, 8,000 around there. Right now we're getting about 141 miles to the gallon, and this is about a 2-gallon tank. Actually, I believe it's about a 1.6 or so. So if you think about it, 140 miles to the gallon, I could do nearly 300 miles in 4 gallons for a third of the price of a car. Coming from the front of the bike, she did get a little bit of a facelift, you guys. I haven't had any of the previous Groms of the previous years, but this 2022-2023 Honda Grom has a different headlight with all LEDs all around, headlight, tail light, blinkers, and everything, all LEDs. But this headlight is probably the major upgrade from the last generation. I do believe the first generation Grom has a similar headlight to this one, so there's not a huge jump from that, but the previous generation had a very different headlight. Pretty much everything else is similar to the old generations, you guys. You got the blinkers, you got the markers, you got the rear blinkers, you have the Grom insignia right here on the side. Pretty much everything is the same. One of the major differences and upgrades, I would say in my opinion, is this seat right here. This seat you can find on the first generation Groms, but as for the 2022-2023 Grom, I believe it is a much better and much more upgraded seat. Very comfortable, doesn't hurt when you're riding, and there's a lot of room to move back and have someone else sit on there if you wanted to. Another major upgrade or change from the last generation is going to be these side badges, or whatever you want to call these panels, plastic pieces, whatever it is. They're a lot different, they're styled differently. They have these little circles right here that you don't normally see in the old generation. But as for cosmetics, the bike is practically the same as before, with just a few minor changes. This Honda Grom is a 125cc or about 10 horsepower bike. It comes with 5 gears, which differs from the previous generation with only 4 gears. That's mainly for less fuel consumption and better miles per gallon. And in all honesty, the 5th gear doesn't really do a whole lot. There's no power. Like I said, it's just for the miles to the gallon. Bike does have its standard on and off kill switch. It's got its standard mirrors right here on both sides. A lot of people do take these off and put them on the sides. I do actually have some mirrors sitting at home. I just haven't figured out how to put them on the sides yet. That will happen soon. You have your master cylinder right here, or brake booster, whatever you want to call it. I don't know exactly what that is. Just where the brake fluid is held. You got your front brake, you got your rear brake down here, right there. On the left side, you have your clutch, and then you have your gear shifter down here. Like I said, it is about a 10 horsepower engine. It is air cooled, so there's no like coolant or anything. For those of you that already know a whole lot about these bikes, you're gonna know these are almost like toys practically in the motorcycle department. A lot of people call them mini bikes, or that's probably what they're classified as. But in my opinion, you're gonna have probably the most fun on a Grom compared to some other bikes. Now, like I said, you guys, this is not much of a review channel. I'm not very good at reviewing cars or bikes or anything for that matter. I kind of just ramble and I find myself talking a whole lot. So if there's some things that I've missed already, please forgive me. If there's some things that you guys would change in the video, please let me know down in the comments below. Moving on, here we have the rear brakes, you guys. These calipers and discs are actually really amazing. I'd say they're very similar to that of a normal big bike. We got the rear caliper and rear disc right here. You come up front, you got the front right there as well. The stopping power is not all that amazing. I mean, they do stop in a really good time, but it could be a lot better. Can't forget, got the little horn right here. That's just to let people know that you're coming, because to be honest, no one can really hear you when you're on a Grom. The only real way for someone to tell that you're coming up next to them on a Grom is if you actually changed out this exhaust, you guys. This is still the stock exhaust. There's not a whole lot to it. Just this black little thing right here with the silver tip. This little case right here, I guess heat shield, whatever you want to call it. And the exhaust is not that loud. It's actually very quiet. When I have my helmet on, I can barely even hear it, which is scary because that means other cars can't really hear me as well. It does come with an extra set of pegs right here for a passenger. Granted, I wouldn't really travel with someone on the back of your Grom because, to be honest, there's not a whole lot of room, but you still can use these if you want someone to ride with you. Now, if you do carry a passenger, having some good shocks is really going to be important, and on this 2023 Grom, the shocks are actually amazing, or shock, I guess, because there's just one in the back, and then you got your forks up front. This rear shock is extremely soft, along with those forks. There's a ton of play in them, and they're not very stiff. So if you're one that likes to, you know, do wheelies and stunt your bike, you're probably going to want to change those shocks out, probably change out the forks, stiffen it up so that way when you come landing on the ground, it's going to be a little bit better and you're not going to bottom out. Now, moving on to the tires, I'm going to go ahead and say that these tires are really good, you guys. I have nothing to compare them to because I don't have another bike. I don't have a bike with normal big wheels. I think these are like 14 inch or no, 12 inch, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they're 12 inches, the wheels. These tires, don't entirely know the specs, haven't really looked at them, but so far I've loved them. They're extremely soft. They grip very well on the road, and I just daily this bike anyway, so there's not a whole reason to get some crazy sticky tires because I don't track and I'm not good enough to go on a track. So what's amazing about these bikes is that there's so much availability for customization. You can change practically anything on these Groms: tires, shocks, fender delete, seats, mirrors, handlebar, blinkers. You can do practically everything, exhaust. And what's amazing is that everything, just about everything, is extremely cheap to get your hands on with this bike. There's still not a whole lot of aftermarket support for the 2023 Honda Grom just because it's so new. Now, if you were to pick up an older bike like one of the I think the first generation or second generation, there's a lot more customization, a lot more parts out there for you to get a hold of. But I'm not gonna lie, I've already found a lot of parts for this bike. It's just kind of digging through Amazon, through eBay, whatever you can find when you're trying to mod your bike. Now, coming up front, you have your standard horn right there. It's obviously off, so it's not going to work. You got your lights right there. Let's go ahead, pull this out. Go ahead and show you guys the gas tank. All you do is you pull that back, stick your key in there, twist it, and it's going to come right up. And there you go. You just fill your gas tank up with gas, obviously. Duh. Push it down, turn it, and you're good to go. Some of you are probably expecting me to take you out on the road and show you a review of how the bike rides, but unfortunately, you guys, coming over to my helmet over here, I don't have a GoPro mount, and I don't really have a GoPro in general, so I can't really do any riding videos for you guys yet. I do plan on getting a mount soon so that I can film something, but for now, we're gonna have to stick to the normal stationary videos. Now, this seat also does come off, you guys. All you do is you take your key and you stick it in there, turn it, and it'll pop right off. I don't really want to do that because it's kind of a hassle to get it back on. But just know your license, your registration, and all the other paperwork you want to keep in your bike does sit in here. There's a little casing on the backside it ties to, so it's kind of nice to have a little bit of room. Obviously, it's not a big bike, so you're not going to have a lot of storage if you want to travel or go on big road trips. But like I said, there's a lot of customization for this bike, so you can add actually racks right here to fit all of your stuff and do like bags and everything, which is kind of cool. Now, I still don't know a whole lot about this bike, you guys. For those of you watching, you probably know more than I do. For those of you that have one and ride one, I'm sorry if I'm butchering all of these things that I'm talking about. I don't know a whole lot about the engine or anything. I don't know a whole lot about the bike in general, but I am learning and I'm trying my best to get used to the bike, to understand it. I am a beginner when it comes to riding, you guys. This is my first year ever riding, and in Salt Lake, a lot of you know that it snows half of the year. This most recent winter, it's been like 6 months of snow. It's been ridiculous, so there's not a whole lot of time to get used to riding a bike. It's mainly the summertime, and today's warm, so that's why I'm filming the video. But if there are suggestions and things you want to say about the bike, about the video, please let me know down in the comments below. This bike, in my opinion, is gorgeous, you guys. It's a beautiful design. I love the red. It matches my Civic. There are things that you could change about it that would make it a little bit better. For example, those little markers, side markers and everything, the fender delete. There's a lot of things you can do to make it look a lot better, which I will be doing in the future. I'm just kind of keeping it stock for now because I want to enjoy it in its stock form. Overall, you guys, I would say this bike is a 10 out of 10 in every category. When it comes to reliability, when it comes to gas mileage, when it comes to comfortability, when it comes to looks, enjoyment. The only thing I would say it really lacks in is speed. But if you're not someone that wants to go crazy fast on a motorcycle and risk your life in a crazy way, this bike is perfect because it only goes up to 50 miles an hour, maybe 60, 65. I've seen people hit 70 though, so that is possible depending on where you're at, your conditions, and if you got a good hill. I have definitely loved this bike in the month or two that I've had it, you guys. It's been so much fun for the times that I have rode it. I haven't really done a whole lot of trips or anything on it yet. I haven't gone out with a whole lot of people, met anybody on the bike. One thing I love about the motorcycle community is that you can make friends pretty much anywhere on a motorcycle. Kind of similar to the car community. You know, if you're modifying your car, if you just have a normal car and you want to go out and go to a car meet, everybody's chill most of the time. They're just great communities, great places to meet people, to have fun, and just to enjoy yourself. So far, I hope you have enjoyed this extensive, not so extensive Doug Jamiro review. There is no way I can live up to Doug Jamiro's hype. He's very good at reviewing, something I do want to get better at, but please leave a like if you've enjoyed the video so far. I'm gonna go ahead, get my helmet on, set up the tripod, and ride around the parking lot real quick just so you guys can see kind of the mobility and see the bike in action. Alright guys, gotta start with the gloves, of course. You can never have too much protection when you're riding a bike, you guys. Granted, I am wearing just a hoodie, which is probably not the greatest idea. I do need more, you know, plating and everything. You know that saying they say, what is it? Dress for the slide, not the ride. Let me know what you guys think of my helmet too. I love it. I think I'm way cooler when I'm wearing this visor that's like tinted. I just think I'm a lot cooler and like I have a sports bike when I really don't. But you know, we're gonna roll with it. I love it. Let's go. All right guys, pretty simple. Mount the bike, then get your key, turn it to the on position, clutch in if it's in gear. Go ahead and click the turn on button. There she is. All right guys, wish me luck. Let's get it. All right, I killed it because my kickstand was down. That's my bad. Let's try this again.
Baby, you so fine, beauty that's so divine. Treat you right, send it shivers down your spine. Breaking fine, think about you all the time. Cruising with the gang clutch, riding with the fire. Baby, you so fine, beauty that's so divine.
Oh yeah.
I'ma change that, cruising in the Maybach. Baby, just go lay back without you guys a great black.
Alright guys, hopefully I looked like enough of an idiot doing that. Hopefully you can hear me okay. That was sick. I love riding this bike, you guys. It's a little wet outside, so my pants are wet now. The bike is dirty, but that's okay. My hair's all messed up, but that's okay. You guys, owning a Grom has been one of the most fun and freeing things I've done in a long time. Granted, I do like to do a lot of things. I love longboarding, hiking, doing high adventure things, cliff jumping, you know, modifying my car, whatever it is. I love doing those things, but riding this bike has been extremely freeing, extremely fun. But that does mean, you guys, you gotta be careful. You gotta be safe when riding these vehicles. You always gotta wear your gear, your headgear, your gloves, your, you know, shoes, boots, whatever it is, pants, jacket. Wear protection every time you ride these things because they are dangerous. Although this bike only goes up to 50 miles an hour, there are other people on the road that aren't aware of me, that can't see me a lot of the time, and I have to be aware of them, be aware of my surroundings, and ultimately the end goal is to get home safe. You know, bikes can be replaced, everything can be replaced except for your life. So if you do ride, if you plan to ride, please be safe. I'm trying my best to have fun, but also be safe at the same time, and that's the most important thing.
Running from the past, you know nothing lasts. Trying to catch up to the time of former emotions you had. I was hoping you would ask, maybe just a chance, just a little dance. Let me take your hand, show you some more romance. And I hope that you will hold my name close, but I know you don't. Ignore it when I hit your phone, I'm just sitting alone in my home. Impressed that you keep this going, depressed cause you have control over my heart, yes, over my soul. Come out the dark and let me know, cause I knew from the start you would let me go. But like this, oh no, no, no. It's cold how I chose my road and it's frozen far as I know. And they all be letting me go, it's a very slippery slope. But but I know I can't lose focus. Chosen poet, though no one knows it, and choices can bring you poisonous. Voices will slow your voyage, just hoping for you to slip up and praying that you ain't joyous. Just avoid it, this is pointless. Let's just live like we important. Forget yesterday, forget the morning. Enjoy moments in the moments.
Now she running from the past, running from the past. I told her get your cash up, shawty get your cash.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this short and sweet review of this 2023 Honda Grom. If there are things that I missed, if there are things that you guys want to see that I didn't touch on, please let me know down in the comments below. I'm still new to this bike thing, so I don't know a whole lot about them. Don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go. Also, you guys give me ideas down in the comments below what I should do with the bike, modification wise. You know, once I get my, helmet all set up and I start riding, what should I do? What kind of videos? What do you guys want to see? Let me know. Like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead, get all suited up, get all my gear on, get this bike out of here. It's a really beautiful day, so I'm gonna go back home and enjoy the day. We've got a lot of content coming on the way, you guys, with the Grom, with the Civic. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I know I say it a lot. I know I kind of shove it in your guys' faces, but please subscribe. It helps my channel. It helps me out a lot. It keeps me motivated and lets me know that you guys want to see more content, and honestly just gets my channel out there. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Anyways, that's it for the video, you guys. Drop a like, drop a comment. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.